Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Living with Perks, and in this video we're going to be unboxing and reviewing some new video game equipment. What we have to review today is the new Summercart 64. Now, I purchased one of these in the past and I compared it to my ED64 Plus. They're both ROM cartridges for your Nintendo 64. The Summercart 64 actually turned out to be quite a bit better. There was some more features with it. There was the ability to do the 64DD if you were to get the disk drive ROMs. And it had like a clock in it, so you could do Animal Crossing, or Animal Forest is what they called it, and just so much more with it. But this new version here, this supposedly has more memory in it, so you're able to do more games. It does have the built-in ROMs from what I understand, and it has the capability to do homebrew and other types of games. First off, I'll show you the package here. On the very back it says, "Experience classic gaming in a new way. Summercart 64 is a fully open source flash cartridge designed for the Nintendo 64. Perfect for both gamers and developers. Whether you want to relive your childhood memories or develop your own homebrew games, Summercart 64 has you covered." Some of the features is it has multi-region support, supports a real-time clock, custom IPL3 replacements, supports firmware upgrades, built-in 64DD hardware emulation, lightning fast game loading speed, automatic save flush to the micro SD card, and a massive memory exceeding retail ROMs. And they do have a new set of colors to choose from, so bet you'll guess what I picked for mine. Let's go ahead and pull this out here. Oh, right off the bat we got the USB plug for putting the SD card in and loading additional ROMs. There we go. Comes in a transparent purple. This is going to work well with my blue and purple schemed Nintendo 64. I like the holographic back sticker there. And it has the label on the front. The other cartridge had stickers that you could put on the front. Let's see if that's the same for this. Sure is. So a variety of different stickers you can choose to customize it a little bit. The only sticker I would probably change out on this is probably this UFO looking one. That's kind of neat. And it comes with a quick start guide. Let's take a glance at this. So it does show you how to operate the menu with your N64 controller. Very simple. Go through the menu, select the game, press A to load the ROM. It does tell you how to load the 64DD expansion games. To load a game such as F-Zero-X and F-Zero-X expansion disc, you would select the ROM and you would press the B button to return to the browser, select the 64DD disc image, load it, and press the R button to boot the disc along with the previously selected N64 ROM. So a little bit of a process there. I might give that a go, but you can also, it says make a TF game card. Okay, so you go to a website and it shows you the process for doing that. I'm not that tech savvy to do something like that, but maybe one of you guys out there are developing retro games and you want to put it on some real hardware. This thing would enable you to do so. Without further ado, let's go ahead and plug this into the Nintendo 64, boot it up, and I'm going to try a few games, some of which were recommendations of what you guys wanted to see on the previous video. So let's go ahead and plug this in and try it out. All right, let's turn on the TV here. Going with the classic CRT. to make sure your game looks proper. Got the old cartridge. Let's throw the new one in there. Boots right up at the Summercart 64 screen. A couple things on here. We got DD, ED, GB, EU for Europe, GB, GBC for Game Boy and Game Boy Color, JP for Japanese, NES saves, SFC for, I believe, Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, SNES, and US. I'm just going to go through some of these other things that were not in the previous cartridge. So SNES, let's take a look at this. Variety of different games, and they show them categorized by the initial letter they start with. Let's just check out, see if they got Earthbound on here, because that's one of my favorite SNES games. So they do have Earthbound. Let's boot this up. Load the ROM. Nintendo 64. Playing an SNES game. Oh, that's weird. You press the start button and shows you a different setting here. You can skip frames. Frame precision. Let's see what this is. Kind of makes it glitchy. I'm gonna keep that frames of 0. Now the one strange thing that you gotta get used to is because the Super Nintendo had a different controller layout, you're gonna be using these buttons as your A, B, X, and Y. The sound quality is just as you would expect for the Super Nintendo. I'm able to click through the different characters here fairly quickly. There's no delay. And it runs very smooth. Now I'm not going to bore you guys with the whole intro of Earthbound because it is quite long, a few minutes here. So let's actually skip through this, assume that the SNES games are going to work just fine, and we'll check out some Nintendo 64 games. Alright, so reset button brings you back to the main menu here. Let's go ahead and look at the US ROMs. And as you guys requested before, you wanted to see Star Fox 64, so let's get that booted up. Like that, it does show you all the details of it, like the version number and the box art on the side. Loads up immediately.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andros won't have his way with me. Open the wing.
The game is smooth, audio is fine, just as I remember playing it originally back in the day.
Falco here. I'm fine. This is Peppy. All systems go.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
Gameplay is very smooth.
Slippy, watch out. Won't be on your tail.
Whoa! Help me! Thanks, Fox.
Having no problems playing this whatsoever.
We're entering Cornelia City now.
So that game works just fine. Let's go ahead and select a game that does have a save option on it. Can't go wrong with a little Cruisin' USA. So no save in here currently. I do have the game pack, but you should still be able to save via the cartridge. And this game plays just as well too. Very memorable soundtrack. No crashes so far. I'm rather impressed with myself. Got the hot mama there. Alright, so we'll reset this game and see if the save is still there. And there we have game number 1. So reset the console, everything will be saved, and you'll be okay. Let's take a look at the other emulators on here. Let's take a look at NES. Now it doesn't have the whole catalog. You can of course load that later on if you'd like. Let's just boot up Mega Man 2. Immediate loading. There's no need to dust out the cartridges. You just click and play. Now this one here, you are using A and B like you would on the NES controller, and you can move your character with the joystick or the analog buttons. And the start button is gonna pull up your pause menu. So that works great. Let's take a look at Game Boy Color. Large variety of ROMs here. Now I personally didn't have a Game Boy Color, but let's boot up a game that you may know. Link's Awakening. I think I chose the French version, but you get the idea. There's no special button or anything you need to press to load the different languages on here. They load up right away. So, And again, another smooth running game. Obviously blows up the image, so it's not on the little 1.5 by 1.5 screen. Plays very smooth. The audio is great. Now this is the list of the N64 DD games. So these are the ones that you will load as an expansion of sorts. You load the ROM, come back in here and select the DD ROM file, and that loads the expansion to those. I'll check on that later on. It's not something I really need to feature on this video, but I will show one last thing on here. The original Game Boy. Sad to see they do not have Pokemon on here. I was hoping for Pokemon Red or Blue, but we'll stick with another classic. We'll check out the Final Fantasy Adventure. Now fight! I've never played this game, but it's a real-time Final Fantasy. And there you go, I beat the game. Overall, I'm really impressed with this thing. I like the fact that it has the other consoles on here. I do have a Super Nintendo Classic and a Wii with the mod on it. Everything else that you need to, get your gaming going. But it's nice to have it all on one cartridge, all in one system. So all you gotta do is hit that reset button and you're gonna be able to play a variety of consoles and games on the original hardware. So N64 does have a bunch of capabilities, and that's proof right here that all those games are going to work just perfectly as they would on the original format. So yeah, this is the Summercart 64, the newest version, and I do highly recommend checking it out. So hopefully you guys liked the video. If you do want to pick one of these cartridges up for yourself, I will have a link for it in the description below. Very affordable. I do like this company and this brand, Summercart 64, and it does what it's supposed to do. I do highly recommend this. The newest version is out there, so pick it up today. If you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Living with Perks, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.